to Jonah chapter 1. We'll be starting in verse 1. That's at the very end of the Old Testament, about halfway through the Bible, maybe a little over halfway. Jonah runs from the Lord. The Lord gave this message to Jonah, son of Amittai. Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh. Announce my judgment against it, because I've seen how wicked its people are. But Jonah got up and he went the opposite direction to get away from the Lord. He went down to the port of Joppa, where he found a ship leaving for Tarshish. He bought a ticket and went on board, hoping to escape the Lord by sailing to Tarshish. Jonah was literally headed in the complete opposite direction that God told him to go. Has there ever been a time where God had you do something or wanted you to do something that you were uncomfortable with? For example, maybe the Holy Spirit was nudging you to witness to someone, but because of fear of being embarrassed or saying the wrong thing or being ridiculed, you didn't do it. Verse 4, but the Lord hurled a powerful wind over the sea, causing a violent storm that threatened to break the ship apart. And fearing for their lives, the desperate sailors shouted to their gods for help and threw all the cargo overboard to lighten the ship. But all this time, Jonah was sound asleep in the hold, so the captain went down after him. How can you sleep at a time like this? He shouted. Get up and pray to your God. Maybe he will pay attention to us and spare our lives. So then the crew cast lots to see which of them had offended the gods and caused the terrible storm. And when they did this, the lots identified Jonah as the culprit. Why has this awful storm came to us? They demanded. Who are you? What is your line of work? What country are you from? What is your nationality? Jonah answered, I am a Hebrew. I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the land. And the sailors were terrified when they heard this because he had already told them that he was running away from this God. Oh, why did you do it? They groaned. And since the storm was getting worse all the time, they asked him, what should we do to stop this? Throw me into the sea, Jonah said, and it will become calm again. I know this terrible storm is all my fault. Instead, the sailors rowed even harder to get the ship to land, but the stormy sea was so violent for them that they couldn't make it, and they cried out to the Lord, Jonah's God, O Lord, don't make us die for this man's sin. And you don't please hold us responsible for his death, O Lord. You have sent this storm upon him for your own good reasons. And the sailors picked Jonah up, and they threw him into the raging sea, and the storm stopped at once. The sailors were awestruck by the Lord's great power, and they offered him a sacrifice and vowed to serve him. Now the Lord had arranged for a great fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights.